The man is 6 feet tall, people. The man is 6 feet tall. He got the New York Knicks at the number 2 spot in the Eastern Conference. With no Julius Randle, with no Mitchell Robinson, half of the season. All-star, first time All-star with the Knicks at 6 feet tall. The reason why I keep saying 6 feet tall is because it's the way he's doing it. He's doing it in ways that we really haven't really seen before. What I mean by that is, off the dribble, he can pretty much go anywhere he wants to. Not just with speed either. On 2 feet. He's going anywhere he wants with 2 feet. On 2 feet. Off the dribble with the handles, left, right, left, right. It doesn't matter what direction you send him in. He got the, he can stop on a dime. He can keep going. He can, Euro, get fouled, teardrop floater or whatever. He can bag you in the post. Like, if in the playoffs, I'm curious to know how teams are gonna play him now. Because it's to the point where he's at such a high level. It's gonna get to the point where I don't know what defense can you throw at him. You're gonna have to triple team him or double team him because he makes the right play every single time. Like Jalen Brunson. Like Jalen Brunson makes the right play every single time. And I just think that I never seen a player. I don't think I never seen a point guard. I'm not talking about the points. I'm not talking about the stats. I'm talking about strictly eye test, watching the games. I never seen a point guard play like that. Like he's like a I would say like a decision making of like a Isaiah Thomas and Tim Duncan in terms of mentality, in terms of going out there and perfecting the game. Like his mentality is like, he doesn't chunk up shots. And another thing too, he doesn't settle for the three. Like, how most players today love the 3-point shot. He shoots the three, to make you pay. I feel like he shoots the three to make you pay because he's gonna score, and he's gonna score off the rip, regardless now. Like I said, off the dribble, anywhere he gonna pick in his spots, he can dribble to his spot. He's going left. He's countering you like a boxer. If you on his hip, he's gonna stay there with you on 2 feet. He's gonna stay there with you, and he's gonna keep going. He might take the bump. He might shoot the floater. It might be an and one. He might get fouled. But man, I've been all this guy, man, and I really think he's the MVP. I really do. Like, I love the game of basketball. I love the NBA. I love to see guys get their just due. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, man, he really deserves to, and then he deserves to be on that USA team too. I understand Tyrese Halliburton, leading the league in assists and everything, but man, I feel like Brunson deserved that spot because I believe in time, he's gonna have his own academy. He's going to have his own academy off the rip because people that's making these videos about him, these fundamentals and breaking the game down, breaking the down NBA game down videos or Jalen Brunson videos down, it's going to get to the point where they're going to recommend or come to him to say, hey, man, can you open up a school? He's going to have school camps, because this dude fundamentals is off the charts, and he's not beating you with speed or athleticism. He's beating you out pure skill, work ethic, and IQ of the game. And he's a champion in the making. Like, the man is a proven champion. He's a high school, state champion. He's a, college champion. And I believe he's going to be an NBA champion because, what coach in the league doesn't want a player like that? That makes the right play every single time. Like, his numbers speak for himself this season and in the previous seasons too, but this guy is just off the charts. I mean, no Randall, no Robinson, and he just carries this Knicks team. I mean, it's just beautiful to watch, and he's a true killer, man. I think he's gonna put a lot of fear in teams' hearts, and I believe that in due time he's going to really show the league that because he's not going anywhere. The way he plays, he's not going anywhere, man. I just can't see it. I can't see him. People, I'm hearing from one person that he's at his ceiling. Nah, not playing like that, because he doesn't play off athleticism. He doesn't play off speed. The guy literally takes what you give him, and he doesn't settle. So if you got a guy that doesn't settle for the three, or settle for an outside shot or a bad shot, or take, or I forgot the other thing I said, but if you got a guy like that doesn't take what you give him or settle for the three, what can you do with a guy like that that's always making the right play while trying to score 20 to 30 to 40 points, 50 points? The man had a 60-point game this season as well. A 60-point game. And you go back and watch that clip, you go back and watch them highlights, man, that dude was everywhere. He scored every basket. And then come to find out, he makes 70% of his layups too, at 6 feet tall, at 6 foot, at 6 feet. I keep saying that, but that's a big deal, man. I don't think the league is ready for him in due time. You can't, for one thing, you can't game prep a guy like that, because he's not trying to just go here or go here or go here or just shoot this. He's going literally everywhere. So, and think about it, he got threats around him too, man. He got guys that can, Dante, you got Hart, you got my man off the bench, Bogan. I don't think I said his name right, but you got him off the bench. You got all these guys, man, around him, and he's making the right pass. He making the right passes to him. Isaiah, the center, setting the great screens for him, and he utilizes his teammates. That's why I think he has the greatest case to be the MVP, because you take your all-star Randall, he's out with injury. He doesn't have Mitchell Robinson, his the Knicks starting center, but he's still out there dominating every single night. He's truly showing you really, how to play at his size, but playing fundamentally just, I believe it's masterful. And I don't want to just say it, but he plays to a level of perfection at the point guard that I just have never seen before, because we know Stephen Curry is a magician with the ball. He's a great shooter, phenomenal shooter. He's shooting from the tunnel. He's in super shape. He can run through screens. He's strong. And we understand that. But I don't think that Steph doesn't show you he can post. Steph doesn't show you how to use, a lot of angles in the mid-range. Going here, stop footworking, showing you a lot of footwork, posting up. Jalen Brunson, he's showing you the whole package. It's like he's a big man at 6 feet. It's like he's showing you he's a big at 6 feet. And like I said, man, salute to Jalen Brunson. I'm a huge supporter, man, and huge fan, and I'm rooting for you, my guy. I'm rooting for you, because when I'm still in awe, bro. You got me in awe. Like, damn, bro, you doing this shit like this? Like, man, it's amazing. It's amazing to see. And I believe you're going to say, you're going to be one of the ones that say the NBA, man, because, you got all these, you got Wibiana, you got the Jaws, you got Luka, you got Giannis, but you Jalen, you're going to be the one to really show the world, how to really play this game, because you're doing it at all cylinders, with the basketball, without the basketball. I mean, off the court, you are true to the game. You know what I mean? And I just want to add one other thing. Man, your footwork and your post game is off the fucking charts. Man, and your shooting, man, it's just like, damn, bruh. Like, I want to play like that. Like, I grew up wanting to play like D Rose and, wanted to be fast. Tony Parker wanted to, spin and do layups. Now I want to play like you, and I'm 27. But, man, Jalen Brunson, the MVP, and I would love to hear people's case on, what they think of the MVP race and who they picks are. But I have to say this, considering the Knicks being number 2, Jalen stats being what they are, him being potentially second team. I think he's a first team because, like I said earlier, anytime you lead, the Knicks wasn't expected to be the number 2 seed. They wasn't expected to win 50 games. We knew they would be a playoff team, but without Randall and Robinson and those guys being OG being out, don't forget about OG being out too. But with those guys being out, we didn't know that the Knicks will be where they are. And the Knicks are where they are is because they were led by Jalen Brunson. I want to know what y'all think.